But so some things with the hotness stuff. One of the things that RSD we've been teaching for probably like 2 or 3 years now, which has been fucking sick, it makes boot camps go so much easier, is the idea of momentum, building momentum. Because, right, so like when you go, because what is the byproduct of entitlement? It's like indifference, right? When you're entitled to the girl, you feel indifferent. Like you're just like, whatever, cool, let's do this. I don't really care, nothing's a big deal to me. So the thing that's really cool is when you go out and you're like, approach, 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 approach. Is it that much different to talk to number 15 and number 16? Number 16, you're like, hey, okay, I'll do another one. It's not like you're just totally like, I don't give a shit. So the thing is that girl, you're talking to number 16, and she like feels that you're indifferent, right? And she's not like, oh man, he's indifferent because he's talked to every single girl in the room. She just feels that indifference in that moment. So it's cool. She feels that you obviously must be entitled to her, right? So that's another kind of cheat code that you can use. By you doing approach, 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 and you're building social momentum, it gets you to feel entitled. After you talk to 15 girls in a row, you're just like, hey, what's up? Yeah, but I've talked to a lot of girls here, I just don't care. And it's gonna go really well, right? Has anyone done like 15 sets in a night and kind of had that feeling, right? Where you're just like, woo. I mean, if you do like 30 or 40 sets, that's usually bad, right? Because you're like, hey, what's up? That's like too short set method or whatever. But the first, oh man, this is gonna be on film. I'm just gonna do it anyways. Here goes like my shit. But what I call it is, it's like jack-off theory is what I call it. So it's kind of like, you know, like when you're watching like porn, you're just kind of like, yeah. It's not like that, right? It's the same thing when you go out and approach. Like when you go out, you gotta be like, yeah, oh, and then you get like social flow going. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, right? When you're like, so it's kind of like, yeah, mom and dad, whoa. So like you can't let time go in between. You can't let it simmer down. You just got to keep that shit rolling like the whole time to get in that flow. So that's another reason why a lot of guys maybe don't get into that headspace. The other reason, you know, and you also have micro momentum and macro, right? So the fact that I'm going to go out for almost the next 60 days in a row, I can really sit around till like 1 or 2 in the morning and just be like, all right, time to do this. Hey, what's up? You're cute. Nice to meet you. And because in your head, you're like, can I do this? Can I do that? Oh, I did it yesterday. Okay, cool. Right? But if it's been a week, or a lot of guys, if they work, like have a hard job at work, you're very logical, like engineers and stuff like that. You're like, and then you go out and you're like, now I gotta be social. It's gonna take a while to like shift gears, basically. The same reason, like, you know, if I do like a debrief, like I do debriefs at the end of night sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, you did this wrong, you did this right, that was great, that was shitty, let's work on that for tomorrow. And then I go back to the nightclub and I'm just like, because I completely disengaged from that social headspace. And it's like you almost gotta start over, which sucks. Right? So, and then you guys notice that if you go out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, usually Saturday is the best day because you've been building momentum all weekend. But you also have it in the night. So a lot of what it is just after a couple of minutes, just hitting it right away, right? So it's like you don't want to, what do most guys do? They go into the club and they're like, all right, now I'm going to get a drink. Yeah. Oh, I kind of got to go to the bathroom. Let's go check out the dance floor. Oh, I need another drink. And then all of a sudden, like an hour and a half goes by. And you're like, no, it's time to do approach. Hey, what's up? And then you do like 2 or 3, and you're like, this sucks, let's go somewhere else. And then it's just bullshit, your night sucks, right? So you have to start off at the very beginning of the night. What I usually do, it's like if you're in a new venue, just go in, kind of get relaxed, 5 minutes, get a drink, whether water or alcohol if you're having it, whatever, I don't really care either way with that. And then really quickly get started and start hitting up those sets and get in the flow and get going. Don't let too much time wait.